YouTube, what's going on, guys? Listen, I want to do this video today because I recently shared that I recently purchased a home for myself and my family, and I really didn't think it was gonna get the type of attention that it did. My day ones, man, they know I share the struggle, I share the behind the scenes stuff. I like to show the real. I like to show what it's really like. I don't really ever show a lot of trophies, you know what I mean? You know, you celebrate wins and then you move on to the next thing. But to me, the things that I like to share, and I've done in the past, is I like to share when we got a new forklift, when we get a container or product, when we've upgraded the warehouse, like the real work, the stuff. Like, I don't really show a lot of the materialistic things. And to me, a home is not a materialistic thing. To me, a home is a necessity. To me, a home is an investment, and it's a great thing for anyone to purchase. It's an asset, right? So anyways, I shared the picture and I did not expect the response that it got, man. Let me show you guys. This was my Facebook post. My Facebook usually don't get no kinds of love, So this is what I put. We surprised the kids today with our new home. They had no idea. In this one, I actually show pictures of the backyard. You can see, I love it. I love this home. It's got a really nice backyard with a spiral staircase going into the balcony upstairs, jacuzzi. This is what made us fall in love with this home. But I did not expect over 2,000 likes on Facebook and 97 shares. Like, people were really showing love and not a lot of negativity. So this was really cool. A lot of love. I really appreciated that, guys. But then, you know, you also had some negative comments as well. Like, there was one on my YouTube channel that annoyed me, that was like, oh, I feel like, Chris, your channel has become about flexing. I drop a video every single day, guys, and 99.9 of my videos, I don't show anything that I own, right? But that's besides the point. The point is that some of these comments, and check out my Instagram. This was my Instagram, and you can see a lot of love. This one, almost 13,000 likes, guys. I think it's close to like 800 comments. People showing love, man. But there was a lot of people who were saying, you know, the reason why Basio could afford this home was because, you know, he owns businesses. It's not from barbering, which is cool, and there is a lot of truth to that. You can't afford more home, you can't afford more things, the more verifiable sources of income that you have. That's why I'm always on you guys about making sure you can show receipts, because if you can't show the receipts and you're making all this money, what's the point of making the money if you can't improve your family's life or yours putting in all this work? I wish I would have put the pictures of the pool and stuff, the backyard, on Instagram. If it got 13,000 likes there, it would have got way more likes, but I really wasn't expecting this type of response. So anyways, the point of this video is to tell you guys that barbers can absolutely afford this house and show you guys how to do it. Now, I usually do these videos for my academy, and there are a lot of videos on my academy with actual real estate brokers, mortgage brokers on the site that sit down with us, answer questions. I mean, there's hours of this type of content, but I'm going to give you guys a video about generally how to get approved and be able to purchase a home like this here in Florida. So I live in Florida, and a home like this in California is going to cost millions of dollars, right? Over $1 million easily. But here in Florida, home prices are cheaper. You can get this house right now for probably $600,000 is what I'm thinking. I got it for a bit cheaper because the timing was right. I feel like we did a really good job, but I can see this house right now selling for, if I put it on the market, $600,000. Okay, can a barber afford this? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can afford this. In this video, if you haven't watched this YouTube video, so there's a short reel. So this video right here, 6-figure barbers that make 6 figures and how. Another video that I released that will show you. Okay, this one right here, make $100,000, make 6 figures cutting hair in 2021. Strategies for barbers. If you watch these videos and you understand how to get to how to become a high income barber, you can afford that house. That's why, again, I've been so adamant about you guys putting a strategy together and doing things the right way with a CPA or an advisor. That way you can do it. So let me break down the numbers. I'm not just going to tell you that you can do it. I'm going to explain to you how and why you can do it. All right, so this is the Zillow app where you can find homes in your area. All right, you're going to click more. You're gonna go up to payment calculator, and you're gonna put 600,000, and let's say you only want to put 5% down. You can put as low as 3% down. It's gonna be harder to be approved with 3% down. Typically, most people would not advise you to put anything less than 5-10%, especially since you're gonna have what's called mortgage insurance. This is just for general entertainment, okay? I'm not an advisor or anything like that. We're just gonna go through these numbers. So let's say instead of 3%, your credit isn't a 770 or something like that. It's lower than that, but it's above, I don't know, a 650. You're gonna be able to get approved for 5% down, maybe. I don't know. You gotta consult a broker. But let's say you put 5% down, that's $30,000 down. Okay, let's say your interest rates right now are about that number right there, 3.375. So that means your mortgage payment is $3,500 a month. That is with mortgage insurance. That mortgage insurance, you can see, is $361 a month. The moment you get to 20% equity in the home, it goes away. So your mortgage, after you pay the house down, it appreciates, or after 10 years will go down to about $3,150. Let's say $3,150. Okay, for now you're gonna pay $3,500 a month. That includes taxes, insurance, all that good stuff. Can you afford a $3,500 a month mortgage? Well, I'm not saying you should go and do it, but if you're making 6 figures, you probably can afford it. Now, if you have a $2,000 car payment, you got, you know, kids and all this stuff, obviously everybody's a little bit different. But if, let's say you're single, you live below your means, and you want a nice home, you could probably afford this home. You can't have a lot of debt. When you're going to buy a house, what they're going to do is they're going to look at your monthly income. They're going to subtract from that monthly income. They're going to say, well, you can be approved for up to, let's say, 45% of your monthly income. So if you're making 6 figures after taxes, that's up over $10,000 a month, you would be approved for 45% of that $10,000. So that means you would be approved for a house up to $4,500 in mortgage payments. But let's say you have a $1,000 car payment because you're trying to ball out and buy liabilities. And when I say liabilities, I mean things that take money out of your pocket. They're not assets. They don't put money in your pocket. They don't increase in value. If that's the case, instead of being qualified for $4,500 a month, they're going to subtract that $1,000 car payment, and now you can only afford $3,500 a month. Chances are they're not going to approve you for this home. Buy that stuff after you purchase your home, because a home is harder to be approved for, especially as a self-employed individual, than it is to be approved for a car. If you can afford a $3,500 mortgage, you can afford my house. The thing is, you have to pay taxes. So that's what people don't talk about. So let's say we're putting $30,000 down like we have in this calculator. Guys, there's also something called closing costs. Closing costs can be, for a house like this, anywhere from, I would say, $12,000 to $15,000. So now you're looking at, let's say, about $45,000 you're gonna need to move into this house. Now, it can't be a $45,000 loan. It's got to be $45,000 of verifiable income. In order to be verifiable, you had to pay taxes. The way that you'll never be able to do this is if you're not informed and don't have the know-how of how to do this. You don't have to have several businesses like I do. I could have 100% done this with just my barbering money. You need to make some decent money. Barbers can absolutely make 6 figures. I probably have 20 plus barbers that work at Headlines alone that probably make 6 figures. You got to pay taxes on that money. This is why it's important to have a CPA, strategize so that you can claim as much money as possible without paying a bunch of money in taxes. If you don't have a CPA, chances are you're losing out on a lot of money. I taught a business strategy class in Little Rock, Arkansas. That class is in the academy right now. If you're an academy member, go check it out, where I instantly share with you how if you make 6 figures, I could save you $10,000 this year. $10,000 this year just in tax strategy. If you make 6 figures, that $10,000 could be going towards your new home. But you guys don't hire the help. You don't hire CPAs. You go to H&R Block, you go to TurboTax, and you're not able to strategically put yourself in a position where you could save $10K a year in taxes legally and still claim that you made $100,000 that year. There are people who will work their asses off in the wrong profession. They'll never be able to get to 6 figures because they're working their asses off at, let's say, McDonald's. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking nobody. But you can work much harder than somebody working, for example, as a nurse. You're never going to make as much money as that person, as that nurse. If that nurse works 80% as hard as you and you working at McDonald's, that nurse is still gonna make more money than you. You gotta work hard and smart so that you can put yourself in a position where you can change your family tree pretty much. Don't get that new Hellcat right now. Wait a little bit. The Hellcats are outdated anyways. They don't even have full handles. They got the flip handles. No offense to my Hellcat guys, the car's badass. But like, wait a little bit for it. And I don't care what nobody says. Your home is an asset. It appreciates in value. Every payment you put into that house goes towards equity. When you go and you rent a house, you're burning that money. Every payment you pay in rent, you don't get none of that money back. You stay in this house for 3 years that you're gonna purchase, let's say, chances are it appreciated. Chances are you've paid down some of the equity. Chances are if you made any improvement, you added value to the home. Chances are when you move, you're getting money. You're making a profit. That's an asset to me. Not just that, but it's also an asset because you can leverage it. Go try to get a line of credit on the house you're renting. Go try to do a cash out refinance, pull out the equity of your home at the house you're renting. See, with HELOCs and with cash out refinances, you can leverage the home that you bought and use that money to buy more homes or to invest in stocks or whatever. Try to do that with the home that you're renting. You can't do it. So you want to make as much money as possible. You want to make sure you pay your taxes with a CPA. You want to keep your expenses low because every liability, student loans, car payments, credit cards, any of those things are going to affect how much buying power you have. And you got to get your credit score right. Okay, there's really no loopholes with this credit stuff, man, like a lot of people think. A lot of stuff you can learn on YouTube. A lot of it is just showing a history of paying on time and not having a crazy high credit utilization. If you don't know what that is, just watch some YouTube videos on how to fix your credit. So I want to show you guys one last thing. This is an affordability calculator, and what it pretty much says, if you can see right here, your max debt to income, your DTI. Debt to income is what I was talking about earlier, where you can afford probably up to 45% of your monthly income. That's what a lot of mortgage brokers will use in order to qualify you for a home. This one has it at 43. The lower that debt to income ratio is, the better, right? The safer that loan is going to be. But you can do 43% and you will get approved for something like that. So it says right here, if you're putting $30,000 down, which is what we said we would put down. Let's say your monthly debt was 0. You got no car payments, you got no credit card debt, and you got no student loan debt. That means with $105,000 a year in verifiable income, you can afford $656,000 in home. Now, let's say that monthly debt goes up and you got $550 car payment. No, you can't afford the home that I bought in that picture. You can't afford it because you have a $550 car payment. So don't do this. If you go and buy a Hellcat and your car payment's $1,000 a month, now you can only afford a $500,000 home, which isn't bad. It's still not bad. You want to go buy a Lambo and spend $5 grand a month on a Lambo? You can't afford nothing. $350 a month. I could pretty much afford that $600,000 home. If I had a $350 car payment and the house I was trying to purchase was $600,000, what I would have to do to qualify for this home is, instead of putting $30,000 down, I'm gonna have to put $35,000 down. Let's say you make more than $105,000 a year. Let's say you're up to $150,000 a year. Whoa, things drastically change. And if you watch that video that I told you guys about the six-figure barbers and how they did it, there are 2 barbers on there that have verifiable income who could afford this home right here. One is a female, Maria, and the other one is Christopher Miniweather. And then it gets stupid as you make more money. Hopefully this was an informing video for you guys. If you really, really want to learn more and you want to put yourself in a position and have a actual actionable plan, a strategy in place. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I know something's possible and I know the steps that I need to take to make it happen, I wake up in the morning motivated. I don't need to watch no motivational videos. I have a plan, I have a goal, I have the know-how and the conviction to make it happen. I wake up in the morning motivated as hell. So hopefully this has you guys either informed, motivated, or at least entertained. I don't know. And like I said, if you guys really want deeper information on this, it's available on the Academy. The Academy is a $20 a month investment. You can cancel anytime. There are hundreds of videos on there, from business to long length tutorials to social media strategy. There's 7 different educators. You can watch all the videos, binge watch them, cancel if you want to. But also keep in mind, if you have a CPA, ask them if you can write that monthly subscription off, because then you can just deduct it from your business if you are a professional in the industry. So with that being said, guys, we drop daily content on this channel. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let me know if you like this video, and let me know if you're going to join the Academy on the comments below, so that you can get all these nuggets and you'll have access to my actual broker that I used myself for the purchase of this home. So see y'all tomorrow.